This is RadioOnFire.com. Thank you for logging on and tuning in. This is Sports Talk with Pebbles, and I am joined today by Tony. Say hello to the people, Tony.
What's up? Hello, people.
I invited him on because he has a lot to say about sports. You know, he likes to go back and forth with me via Facebook. Okay, doesn't matter what it's about, what it is, but he's going to give me a run for my money. So I'm going to go ahead and get the show started. First, we're going to talk about Adrian Peterson. Now, apparently, there has been a plea deal reached, and he accepted a lesser charge, so it wouldn't be, as bad. Let's say he's down to a misdemeanor, reckless assault. Now, the plea will not include any references to family violence or violence against a minor, which is good for him. If it's accepted, then he'll be placed on probation and has to pay a $2,000 fine and 80 hours of community service. Now, my question to you, Tony, and everyone else, should he be allowed to play this season at all, or should the NFL suspend him?
Well, let's talk about that. First of all, that whole plea deal thing is way underrated. For what he allegedly did to that child, I think that is really, really soft. In light of all of the domestic violence period going on in the NFL, he shouldn't be playing this year. I mean, whether you hit a woman, hit a child, whatever, it's all the same, So I don't think he should play this year. I think he should be suspended indefinitely. With no pay, instead of being on the commissioner's list, still earning a paycheck. So no, I don't think he should play for that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm a little upset at the way it went because he hit the child and that's all the testicles and he'll be alright. And what you mean he'll be alright? He could be scarred. Like he gonna remember this.
I can't really talk about that per se because I remember as a kid, grandma and mama and they old school. They beat you with a stick or little tree limb or whatever they called it. So, I was one of them trouble kids. So, I don't agree with the corporal punishment. I don't agree with the corporal punishment nowadays because some parents don't know when to cut it off. And apparently he didn't know when to cut it off.
Right.
So, I don't know. That's what he did was gruesome. It was disgusting. When you beat a child to the point where their testicles are bleeding, that is insane. And for a state's attorney to sit down and make a plea deal with a person like that is outrageous. That is beyond.
Well, here's my thing. Even making a plea deal, okay, but somewhere along the lines, they took out everything that would even, it would be no references to the family violence or violence against a minor. Now, when this happens again, because the son is going to get older, and as he get older, I have two sons. As they get older, any child, male or female, they smell themselves. So you're going to go down that same road again. Okay. So what happens then? Because I'm sure his probation will be up. But we're not going to dwell on that.
Yeah, that's our justice system. That's all I can say. It sucks for a lot of people that falls victim to it. And like you said, we ain't gonna dwell on it. It's stupid, you ask me, because I think that. And if I'm not
stupid, what you mean?
That deal is stupid. Let's be realistic about it. The deal is stupid. Typically, from my knowledge, when you do stuff like this, don't you go on some type of list?
Oh, hey. Well, you know what? This is
so not... what makes him exempt from that list?
No. You're making reference to the sex offender list.
I thought it was a child abuse list, too, if I'm not mistaken.
Is it? I never, in my life.
I could have sworn somebody... I don't know. Anyway, on to the next topic.
I'm going to Google it. Okay? I'm going to Google it, and I'm going to come back and let y'all know what's going on.
I personally, and this is my last line of it, I just don't agree with the whole situation. So... they make a plea deal after assaulting a child.
Okay, well, he said what he said, and I said what I said. Now I'm going to check on this whole, is it a child abuse list? We'll be right back.
I may be wrong.
Like us on Facebook.com/RadioOnFire. Log on today.
Okay, welcome back to Sports Talk with Pebbles on RadioOnFire.com. Once again, I am joined by Tony today. Now, we took a break to check on this whole child abuse registry thing. Apparently, there is a registry. Okay, there's not like the sex offender registry where you can go online, type in a name, and it'll come up, or just search it. You have to call and get the information, apparently. But there is one. So, ladies, if you're dealing with these random men and you're just bringing them home to them kids, check them out. Get their first and last name and see if they, register anywhere. Sex offender or child abuse. But anyway, we're done with Adrian Peterson. We're going to move on to something a little more heartfelt, Lauren Hill is a freshman in college, and she was diagnosed with inoperable brain cancer.
Inoperable or operable?
Inoperable.
Got you. I'm just following you. Go ahead.
I'm going to take a pause for a second. Let me tell y'all something. We happen to be related, so I expect to get extra stuff coming from him, okay? But I'm ready for him. He said he just tried to go back, but I'm not going to go there. You're going to be good this show.
That's a legitimate question.
I said the word. I did not. Okay? I'm already expecting it. I got my guards up because I know him. So anyway, let me get back to Lauren. Lauren, like I said, she's a freshman who has brain cancer. And the doctors told her that she had a few months to live. And, of course, she wanted to play basketball. So the NCAA allowed the schools to move the game up 2 weeks in the hope Hill would be healthy enough to play that game. So, have you heard about this story? First of all, have you heard about this?
No, it's first I heard about it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You should check it out. See?
It sounds interesting. I'm going to check it out, actually.
Yeah, she her Division III team, Mount St. Joseph, beat. They didn't beat by that much, but anyway, let me. I don't even want to talk about that because that's like whatever. But she did score in the game, and I think that was even more impressive to me. She had a layup, and that was the highlight of the game. It wasn't even more or less the game. Everybody really came out for her, and I'm so soft.
That's awesome.
Because watching that, I was like in tears with the rest of the people.
I probably crying right with you.
It was just so special.
Awesome. Yeah, that's awesome.
I just wanted to share that with people. I know a lot of times I stay on NFL or the male basketball, but I had to touch on the female. That kind of took my heart. So I know there's some people who saw it because even LeBron James tweeted about it and gave her a little shout out. And I'm sure she know who he is. So
that was awesome. She
has to feel good about that. Now we're going to move on. Uh-oh. What's going on? I can hear. Anyway, we're going to move on. Now, I have other news, but in the middle of this news, I want to talk about this Ravens versus Steelers game. And Steelers fans been coming for me, And I just want y'all to know we 1-1. Like, we beat y'all one time, y'all beat us one time. Chill. Please find your chill.
Big time. I don't know why they be so amped up.
I
know. It's football.
But it's like the Super Bowl. It's the same thing when the Cowboys play the Redskins. It's like the same thing. It's our own little personal Super Bowl.
But they be going too far. I mean, let's be realistic. Some of them Steelers fans be off the hook.
Oh, I know. I like when they try to tag me because, like I said, and I've said in previous shows, I will untag myself. Please don't tag me in your pictures because I untag me. I don't want to get a notification every time somebody comments on your pictures. But what do you think? What do you think some of the problems were during that game?
I have never, and I coach football, so let me really get that out there. I coach football, coach for Shutdown Academy, so I know football inside and out, really, really well. I might think, but
he thinks.
Yeah, because I don't watch football as a fan. I watch it as a coach. So anyone who coaches football knows there's a difference between watching as a fan and watching as a coach. But I must say that our secondary is by far probably the worst secondary in all of football. I don't think it's the worst secondary in football. They don't turn their head around, get to the ball. They don't jam. They don't. I don't get it. They lost me.
I was a little disgusted. Okay,
a little. I was a lot.
Well, no, listen. I'm not gonna let football take me there. Okay, I was a very little disgusted. And normally, like when they play that bad, by me already having a deep voice, I'm yelling at the TV, and I'm like, "Wait a minute, that call should have been." And I'm calling out the. Wait a minute, I got a flag. Where's the flag? They should have thrown a flag. But you know what?
And that was probably one of the worst officiated games I have seen in a long time.
Definitely it was. They were paid well by the Steelers. No, I'm joking. But
that was a terrible officiated game.
But after the game, we just got some news today that Shaquille Brown, isn't that your friend? Shaquille Brown,
not my friend.
He was released.
He should have been released in preseason.
Oh my goodness. Well, he definitely played poorly. He did. And no, that wasn't your friend. It was the other one.
Bernard Pierce is my friend.
No, he's not your friend. I'm talking about Dominic. This is Dominic, whatever.
Dominic Franks.
Whatever. Mr. Franks.
Never advocate for him.
Peace, Dr. Frank. I called him Doctor.
He need to do something besides play football the way he played. They both on the bus out of here. Good riddance. I'm sure no Ravens fan will miss him.
Well, the two were released on Tuesday. That's how we're going to leave it. Hopefully, the defense is shaking up. It seemed like to me, a lot of the times they were, the defense was on the field a long time. So they looked tired to me. They really did. They looked completely tired to me.
I don't get into that as the commentators say that they're tired. They're a professional sports player. Whether they're offense or defense, being on a football field is what they're supposed to do. If they look tired, make them run. Get the agility.
Well,
now, I do agree that they was out there a long time. And they gave Ben Roethlisberger 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds in the pocket to throw. Ben is one of the best quarterbacks in the league today. Top 5, period. And I don't like the Steelers. I'm going to go on record saying that. But I'm going to give props where props is due. And when you give that man 6, 7 seconds to throw the ball, you get those 70 yards.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. And I've said it. I said it the day of the game, and I've said it all the way till today because I have been having to hear it. The Steelers outplayed us that particular game. They definitely outplayed us. So they definitely won, but they also had a little bit of help. The defense was getting these penalties. Some of them was dumb penalties like, you shouldn't do that. So then they getting the extra 15 yards on top of what they can do and what they were doing, catching the ball for more than 10 yards, and then you get 15 extra. So it was like all the way around. We lost, and that's just what it is.
Yeah.
We lost. On to the next game. Okay, so unfortunately, we're now in last place.
That's only until after the bye week.
But I just, temporary, but that's where we are. Okay, so it is what it is.
And Cleveland, last game of the season, that's a do or die game.
Yeah, that's what he say. Yeah. Cleveland be a little tough for me, because I'm like, Baltimore is my team, but Terrence West is over there, so I'm like cheering for him. But then I got my home team. It's my team.
Cheer for him. I gotta stay Baltimore bound.
Listen,
you got Tavon Dawson in St. Louis. You got Baltimore players everywhere, but I'm not cheering for nobody.
It's a little different.
Purple Bird.
It's a little different. Would you say where your friends are? So anyway, okay, I'm still, I want him to get his little touchdown. Do a little dance, whatever he wants, whether it be bird flute. Who?
He must be on your fantasy team.
There you go. See, all in there. Try to find that out. None of your business. People always want to know where the fantasy players at. Shh. So anyway, who Who's playing on Sunday?
Tennessee Titans. We should be able to run through them. They have a mediocre defense.
Can't go into the game like that.
You're supposed to go into every game with the mindset that you're going to dominate your opponent.
Exactly.
That's always. Exactly. Now, when you get there, your actions speak differently. Now, with the Ravens re-signing Danny Gore, maybe we can get a little up than being a D, as Mike Preston gave us for our secondary. Maybe we can get to a C now. Because Danny Gore, if the Ravens fan remember, was here a couple years back.
Right.
And he played pretty decent. So I think now, but the Lions releasing him on Monday, he was over there in Detroit. He got to practice against the likes of Megatron and Matthew Stafford. I'm sure that his cornerback game and elevated some.
Listen,
so
I just want to change.
We can go in there in Tennessee. Well, actually, they're coming here. So hopefully Tennessee comes here. I was going to say it's a
home game. You talking about going somewhere.
Yeah, because we got five road games in 6 weeks or something.
Yes,
like that.
I just want this.
Something crazy. I don't remember the schedule off the top of my head, but it's something crazy. But
people keep saying they should be easy games. I don't want to look at no team as an easy team.
Remember, this is the NFL. This is supposed to be the best of the best.
Right.
It's no easy game. Even when the Cleveland Browns was on their losing streak, when the Ravens schedule drop every season, that's with any NFL teams. It's 6 hard games on that schedule every year. You cannot count out no division game in no division in the NFL. Whether it be the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Oakland Raiders, or any of them.
And you know what? That's what I was saying when people was like, "Oh well, y'all played Tampa Bay." And my thing is, a team that has been on a losing streak should be the one you really worry about because they hungry and they want that win.
Especially if a general manager or a coach come in there and say, as of Monday, if we don't win a game, everybody in here fired. That team is going to be a whole different team come Sunday.
Right. They hungry. They coming for y'all.
They coming. So. And the thing in the NFL, and we can go back a couple of years when we had Kyle Bowler as a quarterback.
Oh, gosh. Not Kyle Bowler. I'm sorry.
And the Ravens was on their downslide that year. I believe that was the year that the Patriots went undefeated.
Yeah, that was the year.
The closest game to them losing that year was played by Kyle Bowler, and that was the best game of his career. Only because he knew what was in front of him, and he wanted to show up. And we can fast forward to now. Even when we won the Super Bowl, you look at what was in front of Joe, what they said he couldn't do.
Y'all friends.
That was motivation.
How you gonna call that man Joe? You mean call that man right?
Man, I call him how it is. That's Joe. That's Cool Joe. So you know what I mean? He a cool dude. So I'm gonna call him how I see it. I got pictures with him.
So how do you feel about people blaming him for the loss though?
No.
Because I see now my own. I have a problem with Flacco. Certain ways that he react to certain things. Because I felt like why sometimes you just can't hold the ball and take the sack. When he threw that interception, I'm just like, why you just ain't take the sack? You didn't have to throw it. I think he does not do well under pressure. But a lot of times, that line is not protecting well enough for him. So they get through the line. But it is what it is. I never blame Flacco for a loss. I can't because it's an entire team loss.
It's a team sport, right. Well, in the backlash of that is, again, it goes to it's a team sport. And when you got that offensive line, they have to hold that protection for the pass. You need at least 3 seconds. Joe is not a fast releaser. They trying to get him there.
He holds that ball down.
Joe, he can go through his reads fast, and he's comfortable in his throws. You can see that in his mechanism. And I didn't say the word right, but you know what I'm trying to say.
I got you.
But
I got you. It's okay.
He comfortable with who he is and where he at. If you go back to Joe when he was in college, he played out the shotgun a lot.
I don't go there.
I'm just saying. He played out the shotgun a lot. So Joe was a missile out of the shotgun. Joe is a top 10 quarterback, and I don't care what nobody say. He's a top 10 quarterback in this league. His numbers don't show it. Some people don't agree with it. They say his numbers don't show it. Okay, but you look at his first 6 years. He's the fastest quarterback to 66 wins.
I agree.
We're not going to the stat thing. We ain't going to the stat thing. But all his stats is equal or better than all the top quarterbacks in the league. in the first 5 or 6 years is what I'm saying.
Oh,
not
okay.
this season.
I was gonna say, what are you talking about? Do you know what? No, I'm joking.
It's
I'm not gonna talk bad about my quarterback, so that's not gonna happen.
And I'm not saying it because he's a Raven fan. I'm saying it because all he has done is win. I mean, you can go to Atlanta and become a Matt Ryan fan. And I have an Atlantic podcast, and I have a Texas podcast because I follow the wrestler Steve Austin. I love him. So that's another thing. But
all the way, another thing.
I follow his podcast. And they want Romo Head in Texas on a platter. And it's the same in Atlanta for Matt Ryan. This man has came in here and with no good receivers his whole career and has done nothing but win.
Who?
Joe Flacco.
Who? Try to tell me he don't have any good receivers. You know what?
Tell me some good receivers, because if he gonna break this team down, we're not gonna break this team down.
We're not gonna take this episode to break this down. We're gonna have Tony back on another episode to break the team down. But I know there was some good receivers. I even just a rumor, or some. I'm not gonna say a rumor because people just was running off at the mouth. They calling for Ed Reed's broken down body to come back and do something. I hope they meant to talk. He would be better
than everybody in the secondary now.
No, because he has too many injuries, reoccurring injuries, things that hasn't completely healed, and he's back on the field. I hope they mean to come back and talk to them, maybe train them. I don't know, something like that. But anyway, I want to get off the Ravens. We can take a whole hour and discuss the Ravens because we are Ravens fans. We are football fans. That's just what it is.
Football fan,
but
absolutely.
I always speak about football. Talking a little more about NBA because, as you all know, the season has started. The Lakers are 0-4. I had to get that out.
So because I come
and that's my team, and that's my team.
Oh, I was about to say because I didn't know you was a Laker fan.
Yeah, listen.
High five.
People always say that that's crazy, but I like Miami Heat and the Lakers. I'm sorry, I can't decide.
I'll give my high five back.
I can't decide, but it is what it is. Before I go into this next segment, we're going to take a little break. But when I come back, we're going to discuss another sport, which is dirt bike riding. So we're going to take this break real quick, and we'll be right back. Okay, well, we're back, and now we're going to discuss a little bit about this bike riding, dirt, not just bike riding, it's dirt bike riding around Baltimore City. I understand that it has, it goes on in other cities, but I want to speak mainly about Baltimore City. There is an excitement from the inner city people when they see the crowds of guys riding their bikes, popping wheelies, doing all their little tricks or whatever. I really don't have a problem with the fact that they know how to do these things. My problem is the ones that drive recklessly. This is a sport. It is a sport. It is a paid sport to do it professionally. I don't know if these guys are interested in doing it professionally, but I know they can make some money doing it. Now, I do have a gripe about it because one year I was driving down Baltimore Street, and a guy comes straight out of Stricker Street, straight across, bam, right into my car. Now, his adrenaline must have been rushing because although he hit the side of my car, he gets up, gets his bike, and gets out of there. So meanwhile, the dent that's in my passenger door, I have to pay for, I have to cover. He then got up and left. There's no insurance on his bike to pay for my damages. What if something had happened to me and my children that were in the vehicle? So driving recklessly, I don't like that. I would be lying if I say, I don't like to see them when they doing their little tricks or whatever. I do, but I just think it's a safe way to do it and not on the city streets. Now, this rider right here is going to explain to us the thrill, okay? The thrill of riding and I hope he rides safe. I haven't seen him, okay? I haven't seen him on the street, but I want him, Tony, to explain to us the thrill of it. And, you know, I know there's something going around about, you know, trying to get a park for them to ride in or whatever. He has a little bit of insight on that as well. So I'm going to let him have the floor to give us some information.
I can't really say what the thrill is because it's an unspeakable joy when you get on that bike, no matter if it's dirt bike, four-wheeler, motorcycle, tire rack, scooter, whatever it is. It's a whole different joy and different feeling, a different adrenaline rush to get out there on them two wheels. So I can't tell you what we get out of it or what we get into it or none of that stuff like that. I will say this, that...
Do you ride safe, though?
I ride safe. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, I don't ride without a helmet. I have never rode without a helmet.
So maybe I need somebody on here that rides reckless. That they can tell
me
what the thrill is.
Because when I first started riding, but see, you can't explain it. That's just it. If somebody can come on here and explain the adrenaline they get from going down the street, it's like a race car driver. He go get in that race car and he go down that road at 200 mile an hour in circles 200 times, and people keep asking him, why are you going in circles that fast?
No, listen. When I say the thrill of it, like I watched a video of I don't know if they said it was the 12 o'clock boys, but I watched a video of them going around where the horseshoe is. Like, what was the thrill of it? You're popping willies and you're standing up.
It's fun. It's fun. They don't give in this city. We have no outlets to do anything. They close down rec centers. They take the basketball goals down. They put fences around the football goal. It's nothing here for the young adults. And let me clarify, it's not children. It's young adults. Now, there may be some kids in there, but we are young adults. Most of us have jobs.
Tony's not a young adult. Sorry.
I'm 32. I'm young.
That's not young. Okay, go ahead.
But most of us have jobs. A lot of us have insurance on our bikes. My motorcycle.
That's a motorcycle. Insurance. Them dirt bikes.
Because it's not only dirt bikes and four-wheelers out there. It's motorcycles riding with them. You have people, you have police officers and firefighters who ride.
That's true.
On dirt bikes, four-wheelers, motorcycles. So with that being said, you know, the adrenaline, it's different. You know, you got all your friends, all the homeboys, and a lot of us don't know each other. You know what I mean? A lot of us is clueless. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. To who the next person is riding beside you. Okay. It's just strictly pure fun. What you get out of it is you get the ride, you have fun, you get your adrenaline rush off for the fun. And they do it for the kids. The four-wheelers, dirt bikes, they do it for the kids, they do it for the city, the people who like it.
Okay.
The motorcycles got involved in it. We come and get involved in it because we want to be part of that action too. Now, not saying that all of us get in it and ride or whatever the case may be.
Help me out. What I'm saying? How much action do you need? You're in a car club and you got to get in with the bikes too. What's going on?
I got to get in where I fit in. I mean, let's keep it real. I'm an adrenaline junkie. You know what I mean? Well, but I don't ride every weekend, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with it. I support them. I like them. I love seeing them. You know what I'm saying? But I agree with you. Give them somewhere where they can utilize that talent at.
Yes.
It was proposed for a park here. And I know personally, because I had a hand in the proposal, and I'm not going to call none of the politician names, but if they see this show, they know who I'm talking about. They sat there in my face.
We already know Stephanie was one of them people.
City Hall, and we sat in that meeting, and they flat out told us that they would not put a dirt bike park in Baltimore City. A course, a track, nothing related to the dirt bike.
And that's just completely, totally, it's just insane. Why wouldn't you do that if you want them to be off the streets? You don't want the police to be chasing them because although I'm
gonna
sorry.
Take you one further.
Although the police say
that one, before you get into that, I'm gonna take you one further. A politician proposed, along with a major in the police department, that they close down a certain amount of blocks on Sunday and let the dirt bikers go there and ride and pay a nominal fee. You know, $25, $40, $50 just to let them ride in that course free. You know what I'm saying? Long as they had an ORV tag.
But what happened?
No. We don't want them in our city. And they pushed the legislation to ban and make it illegal to buy any ORV vehicle, ORV meaning off-road vehicle. Right. You cannot live in Baltimore City and buy one, more or less ride one. How can you tell me as a resident of this city I can't buy a recreational vehicle?
So they just putting up blocks every which way, and that may be another reason for them riding reckless.
And that's why you look at the video, and they tell you in the video it's never gonna stop, because when the dirt bikers, when they tried to put it out there that, hey, if you give us something, we'll go legal with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they was no, it's guns and drugs and violence involved. You have never, ever heard of no murders, robberies, shooting, nothing anywhere where them dirt bikers be.
Well, there you have it from a dirt bike rider. We're going to wrap this show. What motorcycle, dirt bike, car club. This man does it all, okay? He wears so many hats besides this A hat.
You already know.
So I'm going to wrap this show up. Tony, I thank you for coming on. I'm going to have you back.
Always, all hail the dirt bike riders.
Yeah, we just got a little bit in there, you know. Of course, I welcome. I'm sure you know someone that rides reckless.
Oh yeah, of course.
So you know, I would love for that reckless driver to come on. You know, that rider.
Our couple out.
No, I want to hear. I'm
gonna reach out to them and I'm gonna see what they say. I ain't gonna call no names. I'm gonna see
don't
if
call
they
no
want to
names.
come on their self. I'm gonna reach out to them and tell them, hey, look, and let them come on and they can express to you what it is. Right.
So, thank you for logging on, and thank you for tuning in to Sports Talk with Pebbles. You can follow me on Instagram at Pebbles_page. I'm also on Twitter at Tweets by Pebbles. I also tweet live during games, any NFL games, and now I'm into that basketball. So I'll be tweeting live, and you can hashtag Sports Talk W Pebbles and interact with me during the games. Once again,